Hi there, Cancer. Welcome to your February 2015 Runescope with me. My name is Amanda. As always, just a quick reminder to check out the video for your rising sign if you know it. That can give you some more information or clarify some things that may be a little bit murky or vague in this very general sun sign reading. Of course, the only way to get a reading only for you is to schedule one with me. I do those on Skype. It's $65 for a 30-minute session. Just drop me a line at the email address in this video or below this video if you would like to set that up. As I mentioned in my yearly overview, I will be offering an online rune class. This will be about how to use the runes specifically for divination, and that's going to be starting February 23rd through April 3rd. It's $185 for the 6-week sessions. Well, 6 weeks of sessions, but it's one session a week, and then there will be homework assignments, etc. There is a book, and of course you'll need to purchase, and also you'll need some runes or rune cards. It's very possible by the time I upload this video that all of the spots will be filled. I am limiting it to 26 people per class because that is a manageable number for me, given I have other responsibilities in my working life. So I've got to keep it to a number that I can handle. However, I will be, if all goes well, I will be offering these classes throughout the year. So go ahead and email me. If there is a spot, I'll be happy to, it's just a matter of who signs up and pays first. But if you are interested and don't get into this class, it'll put you in a line for to be first or one of the first people for the next class. So, but let's jump into February 2015 Cancer and see what you guys are going to be doing. Okay. So I have pre-shuffled the tarot cards in the essence of saving time, as it always takes a minute to cast the runes and get them situated here. All right, Cancer, your focus for February . There may be for you, and I feel like this is a carryover from 2014. Some of you, there may be some guilt going on, or somebody may be trying to make you feel guilty or irresponsible, or like a decision that you made was the wrong one. Now, for some of you, maybe this is you kind of, laying the guilt on someone else. And for some of you, this will be justified. For some of you, not. For some of you, maybe somebody is, they really made a bad decision and they've hurt other people. And now you're just kind of like, see what you did? Look what happened. You may be laying it on pretty thick. With the Nine of Swords, there is just a sense of worry. So, I mean, I feel like you're concerned, you're worried about somebody, and this may be somebody with a feminine energy, does not have to be female, but this is somebody who would be more effeminate. So a gay man or even a straight man who is just more effeminate, or, maybe looks more feminine, a pretty boy, if you will, maybe younger and very just kind of innocent looking, they're saying. You feel like this may be somebody who is innocent. Maybe this is your child, or maybe this is a younger sibling. This is somebody you are worried or concerned about. With the Nine of Swords, maybe it's even giving you insomnia. Like you're up nights worrying about this person because you feel that they are just so stubborn and prideful. They won't take advice. They won't listen to what you're saying. And, you feel like they're involved with the wrong people. They're set on the wrong course in some way. So if this is your son, it could be that maybe you feel like this woman he's involved with is a troublemaker. And maybe you just feel like she's manipulative and is kind of taking advantage of him. Now, for some of you, maybe you feel that, you are being played in this way. Maybe somebody is, treating you this way, manipulating you in some way, or trying to. And this has you worried. It's maybe somebody is always turning things around on you, trying to make you feel guilty when you are not. That's not where the guilt lies. Or again, Cancer, these energies, again, can always work both ways. If you're doing this to someone, just make sure it's justified. But I feel like past behavior has led to this response. Somebody just disregarding advice or disregarding other people's feelings. So that is, you know, what's concerning you in February. That's your obstacle, or the obstacle that you are. It's going to require some focus, but I urge you, Cancer, not to let this, you know, keep you up at night. It's difficult not to worry about people we care for, particularly children, but I mean, it could be, you know, if it's this serious, this is a lesson they have to go through, and there will be a positive benefit from it. But, you know, we can only control our reactions to people to a certain extent. They have to go on and learn their lessons. But I do feel like for a lot of you, you just, there's just concern and worry over someone that you feel is not acting like themselves in some way. What the runes are advising for this, Cancer, is to not allow this to be your focus. I mean, you can be concerned about this, and it is coming up as, you know, your challenge for the month of February, but you don't have to be completely focused on this. And there, you know, maybe you have been a little bit hermitish, because you have the Hermit card coming up here, but it's in the reverse. So that they're saying, you know, now's not the time to be solitary. Now's the time to get out and about and, you know, reconnect with people. You know, a lot of us, our social lives are kind of in full swing until around the holidays, and then we're running here and there seeing family. We don't get to see our friends as much, and so you may be maybe you've been kind of keeping to yourself since the beginning of the year or through January, and now in February, Cancer, they're saying it's the time to get out and about, reconnect with your friends. Don't sit at home and worry about this situation, or don't worry about what to do about this person or for this person or how to deal with this person. Get out and see other people, because it seems you need to take your mind off of that. Cancer, they're saying be selfish in February. Put yourself first in February, because it doesn't seem you've been doing that. You've been concerned about someone else and their moves and their aspirations. And, you know, there are things that, you know, you need to take care of and that you need to focus on this year, and don't be putting your focus on someone else in February, because it's your turn to be selfish. So get out there and do something for yourself, even if it's a small thing, because I feel like once you do that and kind of just shift that, and I see a lot of you kind of maybe, you ladies going to the salon, or, you know, maybe getting a pedicure or a manicure, or giving yourself one even, or just taking a bubble bath. Do something for yourself. And kind of institute it as a routine. Okay, I'm going to do this once a week, or I'm going to do this once a month. There's something where it's just you and you take some time for yourself. But also balance that with some healthy interaction with some friends that you haven't seen in a long time. Because I feel like that retreating is fine, but you've been if you're using it to kind of relax and work on yourself or do something, reward yourself, but you've been focusing all on someone else and worrying about someone else, rather than taking your alone time as a rejuvenation period. So try to balance that out a little bit more in February. Do something for yourself, Cancer, but also get out and about and see some other people. If you're single, February can be a great month to kind of institute a new approach to the dating scene. Maybe some of you will be going online and putting up an online profile, or going to singles events in your area, and just kind of seeing what's out there. And there's a lot of actually positive prospects for meeting new people in February, Cancer. So definitely do that. Help that's going to be available to you has to do with new opportunities for creativity. You may get news from someone that they've started a class, or maybe they've taken up something, started to learn something or a skill that they are cultivating that you're also interested in. They may invite you to go to a class with them, or to go check out a workshop with them. And this seems to have something to do with either creativity or career opportunities, Cancer. So definitely take this person up on it, because it'll be, you know, you'll be getting out and about, reconnecting with a friend, but also learning something that's very interesting to you, or maybe it's something you've always been interested in, but just never cultivated. And this can turn into something that is long-term for you. Those of you who are interested in getting pregnant, I mean, February could be a month where you conceive. I have a lot of fertility runes here. You know what I always say about that? If you don't want to get pregnant, take precautions in February. But yeah, those of you who are wanting to get pregnant, it could happen in February with these runes. And you could give birth in a fire sign around the time of Leo or Sagittarius, depending on when you conceive. And when, you know, because these energies, you know, for some of you, this could have happened in January, February, March. It's different because we are just talking about a majority here. But there's always some of you that these energies, you know, they don't specifically stop at the end of February or specifically start at the beginning of February. But yeah, most definitely. And this is something that, whether it's a real child or a creative project or just the birth of an idea, you're going to be taking action. You're advised to take action on it in February, because that is going to be a big help to you. It's going to redirect your focus onto yourself and your goals. And for some of you, you may have a child going off to college or going, maybe the kids went back to school, and now you have time to focus on you again. Maybe all of this worry and stuff is kind of residual, left over from the holidays when your kids were home for the holidays, and you're a little bit concerned about, they want to change their major and it's silly, and you know, it's the history of golf. They want to be a golf professor. I don't know. They just maybe changed their major to something and you're like, oh my God, there's no money in that. You'll never, you know. But you know, that's their journey. That's their journey. They probably won't stick with it anyway. You know, they'll probably change their mind anyway. This can be a real person, the Page of Rods. This can be, you know, it would be a younger person, a child, or somebody who you see as very immature, but this person's coming up in the upright. So the pages can be male or female, but this is normally a fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo energy. And this could be a child that just kind of gets you out and about. Maybe you're running this kid here and there in February, and that's how you kind of connect with someone else and get started on whatever this new creative project is. Maybe it's like through their school you get involved in either helping other kids or you get involved with other parents in something connected to you know, your child's academics. So yeah, there's something brewing in February, Cancer, that's new and exciting for you. And it can be related to career, but it could also be related to your child or children in some way. What can't be changed about February is that something is on its way out of your life, and you may feel that starting in February. For some of you, it may go back to this initial situation they were talking about, but you may feel this energy shift, or finally starting to shift. Whatever this is, I do feel like it started in 2014, even if it started at the end of 2014, this issue that we talked about first of worrying about someone, or this concern about someone who you feel is not on the right course. I feel like that is old energy, and it's going to gradually start to move out. And I think you'll feel that in February. If you don't feel it already when you're watching this, you will probably start to feel this after Mercury turns direct. So from mid-month on. And that's going to free you up to, you know, focus on yourself, focus on the new beginnings that you wanted to accomplish. And maybe some of you are just focusing on your resolutions. Maybe some of you are focusing on the things you've promised yourself. Those of you who do that, you know, you're working on those things. And if there's been family dissension, or if this was a family member that there have been issues with, or, you know, this person that has been stubborn or wrong-minded in some way, the family's going to survive. So don't feel like, oh gosh, the family's in an uproar, we're never going to be back together. Because for Cancer, that's quite traumatic. Family is very important to you. Family, home, your domestic situation. You put a lot of store in that being your sanctuary and that being kind of smooth going. Don't feel like this one argument or this one situation, number one is going to stay that way forever, and number two is going to completely just run the family. Because I feel like for whatever reason in February you're feeling like it's more dire than it is. You're like, oh gosh, this person is mad at me because of what I said or the advice I gave, and they're never going to talk to me again. That's not the case. I feel like it's just a temporary thing. This person has to learn something and then they'll come back to the fold. So your family, it's going to be all right. Now, some of you may be concerned with about mom or mom's health, you know, but I do think that for the most of you, I think you're going to get news that whatever, if she was concerned about her health, that everything is okay, that the worst is past, and you no longer have to wait on bad news. So, and this could be your health as well, Cancer. I'm only saying that because this is normally the rune that signifies mother. But with the 9 of Rods in reverse, it's like the waiting is over. You know, you no longer have to wait on this news. It does come, good or bad, but I feel like for most of you, it is that if it was revolving around a health issue, that finally we know what this is and we can deal with it, good or bad. But for most of you with this rune in the upright, that normally means it can be treated, or there are steps, there are things that can... There are maybe new forms or new treatments available for whatever the issue may be, because again, it will be different for all of you, and whether it's affecting you or someone else, it'll be different for all of you. But yeah, it could be mom or mom's side of the family that you've been waiting to get news regarding health or about someone close to you, and you finally get that news and are able to kind of deal with it, whatever it may be. As far as the end of February, with the 7 of Rods in reverse. So there's an overly defensiveness about this card in the reverse. And it's not telling me whether it's you or someone else, could be both, but it'll be different for all of you. So I think that's why they're not telling me specifically who it is. I think you should expect that if you continue approaching this problem in the same way that you were approaching it. It seems like whenever you bring up whatever this is or give advice or you know, you're trying to help someone, but they get overly defensive because they feel like you're criticizing them. Now, again, this can be a child, a family member, a coworker. Maybe it's your employees if you're in your own business, or an employee if you own a smaller company. But your advice or help is not taken in the spirit in which it's given. And that's what I'm getting from Spirit for you. So if you've already said it and it evoked a negative response, the advice is you're going to get, you know, you may as well not waste your breath. You're going to get the same response, and it may even just push someone further away. So you have a choice, Cancer, to just kind of let something go for a while, let it play out, no matter how concerned or worried you may be. And sometimes that's the most difficult thing, is to just get a handle on that and let things play out. Because you can't help someone who refuses your help. I mean, you just can't. If they don't see that they're in need of help, you know, there's not much you can do until someone realizes that. And maybe it's not time for them to realize it yet. Maybe they won't get the lesson unless they get to the end of whatever phase this is, Cancer. And again, this can be talking about you. You're going to have to decide, each one of you, is this talking about me or is this someone else? But I think it will be very clear to all of you which is the case. So yeah, for February, Cancer, really focus on whatever this new beginning is regarding career or creative prospects. Get out there and spend some time with people you haven't seen in a while. Mercury retrograde can also bring people from the past back in. So you may, you know, hear from somebody you haven't spoken to in quite some time, and, you know, wanting to get lunch or grab dinner or something. Definitely do so, because the more socially active you are in February, the better it's going to be, because you're going to be making connections that are going to prove to be important for the rest of the year, particularly on the career front and the creative front. And for those of you wanting to get pregnant, February could be the month. But that is what I see, Cancer. Good luck with that, and I'll see you back here in March.